K-pop and BTS are banned from North Korea. Wait, what? Did I just say that? Okay guys, control your anger. Well, I'm not talking about everyone. K-pop fans, the reason of your anger will be exposed in the next few minutes. Just tell me guys, will you accept it if you are forced into sex work at the age of 13? And what will you do if your partner erases all the data of your past life? I would start running across the streets exactly how Forrest Gump was running, looking like a lunatic. Speaking of partners, do you know who is the wife of Kim Jong Un? If you do, how did she become his wife? Who she really is? Patience, people, you will get all the answers. But for that, please watch this video till the end and hit the subscribe button and bell icon so that you can get more contents like this as soon as we upload to this channel. So, the beautiful lady we see on TV with Kim Jong Un is Ri Sol-ju. Kim Jong Un was kind of shady about his marriage in the early years. Anyone with a beautiful wife would do that? Perhaps he has something in mind. According to the report of North Korean state media, Ri Sol-ju had been accompanying Kim Jong Un to public appearances for several weeks, but nobody knew she was his wife. Ri was a North Korean singer and a cheerleader and now the First Lady of North Korea. Kim Jong Un married Ri Sol-ju in 2009. After Kim Jong-il suffering from a stroke in 2008, had quickly arranged and ordered Ri Sol-ju to marry his son. After a few weeks, their marriage announcement was revealed. Did you just think about the Beauty and the Beast? If you are, then maybe you are not thinking wrong. Because women around the world mostly have the freedom to choose their life partners. But in Ri's case, no. She was reportedly forced to marry Kim. Her family, as we know, is a political elite. Her mother is said to be the head of a gynecology ward and her father is a professor. Just 1 year after their marriage, Ri gave birth to a baby boy in 2010. Dennis Rodman, who is an American former professional basketball player, reported that they had a second newborn child, a daughter named Chu A, after visiting in 2013. According to the South Korean intel, the couple is believed to have had a third child of unknown sex in February 2017. It is hard to be the wife of the man who is known for strict and peculiar antics for the country. Think you just came home and see the person who is hated by every citizen of the country. How will you react? After the marriage, Ri Sol-ju even had to leave her birth name and adopt a new one. Not only that, her entire past was deliberately hidden. Even her real name and year of birth are still a mystery. Becoming the First Lady of North Korea, Ri didn't have much time or opportunity to see her family. She can choose her hairstyle and even a dress for herself. Slowly but surely her attractive clothing collection is disappearing. Everything was replaced with more conservative clothing and had to get the approval of her husband. Unlike many first ladies across the globe, it is almost impossible to see Ri alone. She is always seen with her husband. Even her children are not allowed to be seen in public events. Sources report Ri Sol-ju actually left the country several times before she married the dictator. It is said that she studied abroad in China for some time and even visited neighboring South Korea as a cheerleader. But now, Ri Sol-ju is not allowed to travel or take tours outside her country. She can only participate in funeral-related visits upon the death of a leader and, of course, accompanied by her husband. Not only that, right after her marriage, she was forced to have kids until she had a son. And she was also forced to hide her pregnancies just because she was a part of the ruling family of North Korea, who used to maintain a strict protection. All these rules are strictly imposed on the First Lady of North Korea, where there is no restriction for her husband, Kim Jong Un. A report says that Kim Jong Un weighs about as much as the average-sized sumo wrestler, smokes like a chimney, and comes from a family with a history of heart disease, high blood pressure, and diabetes. Wouldn't the real beast look exactly like this? Kim is widely known for his love of pose and fine food, and the pleasure squad provides him with unusual sensual pleasure as well. Speaking of pleasure, Kim Jong-un's ex-girlfriend, Young Song-ul, who was a singer, was executed for the allegations of violating the pornography law in 2013. What will you call it? Hypocrisy or legacy? I don't know. Kim came into discussion holding all the limelight during COVID-19 pandemic, after he ordered his army to shoot people who were infected with COVID-19 virus and banned foreign tourists when coronavirus spread. Such poor souls. In April 2020, a 3-week absence of Kim Jong-un from public view led to speculation that Kim was seriously ill or dead, but no clear evidence of any health problem came to light. Well, a devil doesn't die so easily. He continued to appear in public rarely over the following months, possibly because of his health problems or the risk of COVID-19. A new report published by The Sun claimed that the North Korean dictator was missing from the public eyes because he fled to his private luxury seaside villa in Onsan, along with a harem of 2,006 slaves, to avoid catching the coronavirus. While all the North Korean citizens were about to celebrate his death, this devil-hearted dictator resurrected his late grandfather's pleasure squad of secret sex entertainers. The Sun reported that Kim's pleasure squad of 2,000 women kept him company at the villa. The 2,000-strong harem is said to be made to sing and dance for the nation's elite, but also take part in strange sexual games and orgies. Some members are said to have been as young as 13 when they were taken out of school and forced into sex work. Some of the girls are said to have been minors and forced into sex slavery at the very young age. North Korea defectors have alleged that the girls also have to undergo invasive medical examinations just to confirm they are virgins before they can become the members of the squad. The girls would then be kept in party leaders' mansions and had to do whatever they were told. Later, officers in North Korean military often took the women as wives as they were retired from their sexual duties in their 20s. With special authorization, only some high-level officials are allowed to access the global internet. In most universities, a small number of strictly monitored computers are provided. The selection of approved media is so small that every song, news, article and radio broadcast can only be enjoyed legally if it is approved by the government. North Korean TV viewers have reportedly received delayed coverage of the FIFA World Cup, since it began on 14 July. The games are also being shown without a time clock on screen, which allows them to be crudely edited full length. Most of the phones are only installed for senior government officials, though the country has an adequate telephone system. Someone wanting a phone installed must fill out a form indicating their rank, why they want a phone, and how they will pay for it. Most of the people of North Korea are not allowed to have or get a chance to talk over phone, let alone having night talks with your loved one. Speaking of rules, in North Korea, if anyone commits a crime, not only he or she is punished, but also his or her whole family, including grandparents, parents, and children. This terrible law was created to prevent people from escaping from prison and even from the country. The country is both culturally and economically isolated, and many people in North Korea are suffering from malnutrition and live in extreme poverty, according to the Associated Press. During the mourning period, people must not drink alcohol, laugh, or engage in leisure activities. In 2021, Kim Jong Un imposed a strict ban on laughing, drinking, and shopping for its citizens for a period of 11 days to mark the death anniversary of Kim Jong Un's father. Citizens were not allowed to laugh, consume alcohol, or engage in leisure activities at that time. Meantime, if a resident breaks the rule, he or she can be arrested, the report added. In the past, residents who were found guilty of flouting the restrictions were arrested and treated as ideological criminals. An unnamed resident said they were taken away and never seen again. That's not all. During this period, people cannot even celebrate their own birthdays or cry out loud at the death of a family member. In North Korea, schools begin with 81-hour course on Kim Jong Un. Not only that, citizens of this country cannot freely travel around the country, let alone travel abroad. Immigration and immigration are strictly controlled. That means if anyone wants to leave North Korea or if anyone wants to move into North Korea, both has to undergo a lot of problems. North Koreans who do attempt to leave the country illegally and are caught can face severe consequences including torture, forced labor, and life imprisonment in a political prison camp. The North Korean government imposes strict requirements on foreigners who marry North Koreans. Foreigners must apply for official permission from the North Korean government to marry a citizen of North Korea. Like, really? Then who take the liability for thousands of heartbreaks, guys? Watching K-pop or K-dramas, even behind closed doors, can get you imprisoned or executed in North Korea. This notorious president of North Korea has also banned BTS from broadcasting in his region, along with other foreign media, just because he thinks they are destroying their traditions and culture. Between 2012 to 2014, at least 6 or 7 young people were sentenced to death by Kim's order just for listening to K-pop and sharing it with others. He also forced their families to watch this pathetic scene from the spot. At last but not the least, there's more to know about this cookie leader of North Korea. Please hit the like button if you like this video. I will catch you guys later with the rest of the weirdest information about Kim Jong Un. Until next time, bye bye.